Welcome to Dream Small. I'm Jason.
And I'm Whitney.
In a world challenging you to chase big, we dare you to dream small.
We're a family of 8 who's fostered, adopted, and stumbled our way through learning that small, everyday choices can change lives.
Join us as we share stories and encouragement to help you live out your purpose. We're in the middle of fireworks season here in the state of Indiana.
Isn't it great?
I don't know where you're at. Where we're at, fireworks are completely legal. People really embrace that.
Where I grew up, it was definitely not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm from Ohio, Whit's from Pennsylvania. In Ohio, we always went to this firework place. And when you bought fireworks, you had to sign where you were taking them to out of state because they were illegal in Ohio. However, based on the data around my house at night, around the 4th of July, that law was not highly enforced. But in Indiana, it's nuts. It starts about 2 weeks before the 4th of July, and it'll go a week or two after. And
I mean, that's the thing. It is only legal or allowed for a certain window of time. And then there's also a curfew for it at night, which I don't know how much it's actually.
I mean, our neighbor actually, all things considered, our neighbors are pretty okay about it. They don't go over the top. Except for the day of the 4th. It's nuts. You just have to embrace it.
I remember our first 4th of July out here. I wasn't here. And you texted me and you said that you felt like you were in Iraq.
Yeah, it was nuts. There was stuff going off everywhere. It's fun though. It's a blast. I also sometimes get grumpy and I forget not everybody else has babies that are sleeping, that some of them can actually go enjoy the evenings.
Yeah, we've always been those people that are worried that the kids are going to get woken up. But then, I mean, we've also, enjoyed going out back with the older kids. But we're definitely also worried about, oh, man, that one's really going to wake up the kids.
Yeah, and we've actually gotten lucky. We've always been dog people. And our dog, our first marriage dog we had, he passed away last year, 100-pound American Bulldog. He would go outside and sit with us on our lawn furniture and watch the fireworks. And he didn't flinch. He didn't. I remember one time we were walking out, a giant mortar went off like above our pond behind our house, and he didn't even look at it. He didn't look up. He just went and did his thing.
And he wasn't deaf.
No, he just didn't care. And then our new dog we got, she's a little hyper bougie dog. I figured for sure she'd be a wreck with fireworks. She's actually really good too.
She just wants to snuggle. As long as you're petting her, you're good.
Yeah. So happy fireworks season to all who celebrate.
Yes. Happy fireworks season. So we put a post out on social asking people for suggestions on what you want to hear from us, because we do have a list that will take us well over a year, just thanks to our personal experiences. But I also want to make sure that we're addressing things that you want to hear about. So one of those was, how do you honor and love biological parents, especially when they're not involved?
This would have been, if you asked me this when we first started fostering, you would have gotten a much different answer than you're going to get tonight.
Yeah, this guy sitting across from me that you're listening to, I mean, he might have like 3 emotions, and empathy is not his strong suit. He's definitely flexed that muscle quite a bit over the years.
Well,
so I commend you.
I don't have any other muscles anymore, so that's where it's gone. This is one of those things that's really neat to see how God sanctifies us and develops us and improves us as humans, and what he uses to do that. And foster care and biological parents is absolutely one of the things he has used to make me more like him.
Yeah, I mean, I went into it wanting to love these mamas, because here's the thing. The majority of the time, and I'm speaking mom to another mom, I can't really speak for like the dad side of it, but as a mom, I know my heart, right? And my heart feels deeply for these mamas, because the majority of the time, from what I've seen, they just need someone to love and encourage and support them as well. They don't, a lot of times, and I can't overgeneralize this, I realize that, but a lot of times these women who are having babies, are still in a cycle that they grew up in. And it's a perpetual generational cycle. And my heart's desire is to help them break that cycle.
Absolutely. And Whitney is a rock star at this. She should write a book on how to do this. Well, she's the poster child for it. However, I will share, when we first started being foster parents, she, for whatever reason, believed all the biological parents wanted to be buddies with her. And it never dawned to her that maybe some of these bio parents might not like us so much.
So that actually morphed. Yes, that's true. And I did. I wanted to be best friends. Not best friends, but I wanted to love them.
She was like the bunny that runs up to rattlesnakes and like, oh, let's be friends. And she didn't understand how these bio parents could possibly not love her for loving on their kids that had gotten taken out of their home.
Honestly, it never occurred to me that foster parents were viewed in a negative light. A lot of foster families get a really bad rap. And unfortunately, that's because there are some really bad foster homes. I'm not saying there aren't. But I did not realize how negatively we would automatically be viewed because we're fostering. And I did. I wanted to love them. And I thought, I'll welcome them with open arms. It'll be great. We'll have a great relationship. I'll help them be able to reunify with their child and teach them the things that they need to know. And that just wasn't the reality. They weren't really receptive to that. But then it also went completely 180. And I remember being up in the middle of the night in our living room, looking out peering through like a little slit in the curtain.
Hold on, stop. Let me tell the story because it's way better from my point of view.
Okay.
So Whitney was up with one of our foster babies in the middle of the night, holding the baby like you do.
And this was a parent who threatened me. I had justification for this concern.
No, you didn't have justification. I can understand where your brain went to where it went. But anyway, so we had a front door. And it had like the 3 small pane windows to the right of the door when you're
like 4 inches wide.
Yeah,
and the height
the
of the
real
door.
Skinny ones. And she told me one night she went and looked out just to make sure that this foster kiddo's bio parent wasn't like hunting us down. She made me buy the glass distortion stickers you can put on the glass, and they have been on that window ever since. And it's actually, I like it. So we got to where
I
we
was
needed to be.
convinced there was someone out there with a gun waiting for me, looking in the window.
Just so everybody understands, Whitney also one time told me when I was coloring a unicorn to color the horn more realistic than what I was, because I was coloring it pink with my daughters.
I told you to color it real life science colors.
Yeah, she said, be more realistic. Color it real life. I'm like, what exactly is the real life color of a unicorn horn? So let's understand where we're coming from here. So it never dawned on me like, hey, you can make a big impact on these bio parents by loving them well. Most of the bio parents we have engaged with have not been terrible humans that is such the stereotype of parents who lose their kids.
And we haven't been the stereotype foster parents either. The bad people. Like, we haven't been. I'm just saying. But you're right. I don't know what you're saying. Never mind.
I'm right, though. So thank you. We'll carry on with that. Yeah, you never think about... I didn't even realize we would have interactions with bio parents until we got our first foster kiddo. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, so to break it down a little bit, we're called to love. Love, period. That's it. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. We're called to love. We're called to honor. So that takes me to Romans 12:10, which is love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Loving bio parents, especially in this context of foster care, is one of the most countercultural things that a person can do. And anticipating their love in return is also really countercultural. But whatever preconception they have of a foster parent, you get to rewrite that story. You get to give them a positive experience. We had a placement come to us. This placement's mother grew up in the system. She was sobbing when her child was removed And she said, don't let them put my baby in a basement like they did to me. How heartbreaking is that? That she thought that DCS was taking this little child to a home where we would put her in a basement and not a positive light. I mean, we have a really nice basement. 2 of our kids live in the basement.
They have since made it not nice.
It's disgusting, but it's their own little space. Little people don't bother them. They're happy about it. It's not a negative thing. This woman's experience was a negative thing. But the fact that that was her experience with biological parents or foster parents, really, that's her perception, right? And your perception is your reality. But as foster parents who love Jesus and choose to love people who are hard to love, we get to rewrite that story and change that. So my first tip would be to do what you can to love them.
Let me add a Bible verse to what you said. Also in Romans 12:9, don't just pretend to love others, really love them.
Yeah. And what are some ways that you can really love them, Jason?
Speak with honor, I would say, number one.
Yeah.
Don't talk negatively about bio parents, especially in front of their kids.
Right. Like, even if it's an abusive situation, that child still has a loyalty.
And it's not your position as a foster parent to, quote unquote, tell the foster kiddo the truth about mom and dad, right?
No.
Me and Whitney have actually done this. This is one thing we've done well, is we committed early on that we wouldn't talk negatively about bio parents in front of their kids. Do we sometimes make jokes about bio parents when their kids aren't around? Yeah, we do. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you we're
You
perfect.
do. I don't know if I do.
Oh, is that right?
I mean, I can't. I'm not that witty, first of all, but I can't think of anything. Go on. Keep going.
Yes, you've never called any bio parents dumb or irresponsible.
Okay. Well, bad choices.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're not going to pretend like we're perfect.
We are not perfect. We are not perfect.
But we have absolutely 100% not spoken ill about a bio parent in front of their kiddo.
Yes. And on top of that, just using respectful language, even when that's not easy, and acknowledging their role on the topic of speaking with honor. That parent will always be that child's first mom or dad, or, in our adoptive children's case, their belly mommy. I will never take that role. Our 6-year-old already knows I did not carry her in my belly. We got her when she was a baby, and we got to love her, and God brought her to us. But she knows that she did not develop in my belly.
Honor those bio parents. Some of them, it has been self-inflicted, yes, but they've been through a lot.
And because they've been through a lot, another thing that I would really encourage you to do is to pray for them. We need to be surrounding them and rallying for them in prayer. We need to pray for their healing. Like I said, there are so many people stuck in that cycle. We need to pray for their safety. We need to pray for their peace. And we need to pray that they come to know Jesus as well.
Remember, God created all of us as his image bearers. In the psalm that says we were knit together in our mother's womb, in the psalm where it says we were knit together in our mother's womb, there's not a qualifier that says only the people living right, only the people who love me, who are doing what they're supposed to do. It just says we're all knit together in our mother's womb, and we're all image bearers of God.
Yeah. And if the children in your care are old enough, I would encourage you, when it's appropriate, to invite them with you in praying for their parents.
Number 3, which Whitney has done this exceptionally well, is build bridges with the bio parents where it's safe. Whitney went from one point with one of our kids' bio parents to thinking she was going to get beat up to being very cordial, giving a hug at medical appointments.
I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, but you keep showing up. I would send notes to visits, little updates on the child, little bits of encouragement, photos, artwork. Do what you can to help them feel that you are for them.
And one example of me being like Whitney, is we had a little boy go home to his dad, and we had some leftover diapers, and I was able to take those diapers to said dad.
And several cans of formula.
Oh, yeah, and formula. Yeah, that was cool. He was really appreciative, and, we're still connected with him on social media, and see the little guy, he's all 6 or 7 now, and it's really fun to see. Again, you can only do that so much. I wouldn't recommend giving them your personal cell phone and your home address.
No, definitely have boundaries, but definitely love them in a respectful and appropriate way.
Recently, Lainey was building bracelets for a yard sale we were having. Lainey is our 11-year-old. She decided to build a bracelet for our foster kiddo and a matching bracelet for foster kiddo's biological mom that she could take with her on her visit. And I hope that bio mom appreciated that, and that made her feel loved.
I hope so. Another thing to focus on is protecting their dignity. And these aren't really, all the tangible things, but these are definitely ways to show love how you can. So one of my suggestions would be to offer compassion over judgment. Like I've said, we need to be very mindful that most biological parents are navigating trauma, addiction, poverty, generational cycles. Their life is hard. It's just hard. They are facing a lot. We've had some really medically fragile children in our care, and there is so much red tape to figure out how to get medical supplies and the best care that you need, and adequate services for the child. And if someone is facing, not having a cell phone, not having transportation, not having money, not having the time, not getting sleep because of all of the stressors in their life, I cannot fathom them being able to do these things. So we need to have compassion for them and awareness, even beyond what we can truly comprehend.
I'm sure they're already feeling judged plenty enough by having their child taken away from them.
And probably inadequate.
And all the things. The last thing they need is yet another person doing it. And that's not our position as foster parents to judge them.
I mean, the parents may never get it right? Like we've seen it happen. They may never be able to reunify with their child. But that doesn't mean that they don't deserve love. It doesn't mean that they are less worthy of compassion. They still need to know that there are people in their corner wanting them to succeed, even if it might look different than what they originally hoped for.
I forget which kiddo's parent was, but you would write notes every time, and they would try to write you back. And finally, the visit supervisor mentioned us, hey, I don't think they know how to write.
Yeah.
They were trying. It's just heartbreaking. It doesn't stop. Keep loving them, right? One time, I remember our oldest called you on something. Basically, she asked Whitney, hey, when was the last time you wrote so-and-so's mom a letter? Or didn't that happen? That happened, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you were like,
thanks.
Oh. Thanks, kid.
Yeah.
So, number 5, our 5th one, be generous with grace. I mean,
this goes with any relationship, truly. Like Jason has said this to me multiple times. Assume the best where you can. Don't just assume, that someone's intentions are bad. Assume the best in someone.
I mean, I don't know where I would be without grace that people have shown me. I don't know where I would be without the grace God has shown me. How can I be hesitant to show grace to somebody else given the amount of grace I've been showered with?
Yeah. The next one is hard.
I would say, remember when you feel like bio parents maybe are disrespectful or mean or whatever, they're probably operating from a place of complete brokenness and pain. They're probably not trying to be malicious with their words or behavior.
Yeah, I remember one situation where, goodness, I'll save you from the whole story, but the lesson that I learned that I still remember is that it's not about me. I was hurt because I didn't feel like they acknowledged or appreciated all of the extra things I did to go out of my way to help them succeed and to set them up for success. And I felt really slighted. And I didn't do it for that reason, but I still felt slighted. And yeah, tough pill to swallow, but it's not about me, right? And just remembering that I didn't do it for me, and they are, scraping by, doing the best they can. I can't expect anything from them.
It can be frustrating as a human. You've done all these things for this practically a stranger, and to not get a thank you, not even acknowledgement. Yes, that is frustrating. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't be frustrated or whatever. You probably are going to be frustrated. But again, share grace with them. Be patient, be kind.
Another idea, and I kind of touched on, sending notes when you're able to share different tools and hope. So if you find out, something that's working really well for a child or that's not working well, don't leave them to figure it out on their own at a visit. Set them up for success. Help them have positive interactions. One of our current foster children, like all kids, she loves bubbles. And she lights up, she like belly laughs, she tries to grab them, she's trying to say bubbles. It is the most endearing, sweet thing in the world. So this week before a visit, I put a bottle of bubbles by our front door so I could make sure that I would send them with on the visit. And, we can't send diaper bags, or we're not supposed to send stuff for the child because the parent's supposed to be able to provide all of that. But I thought just something like that to let her see her daughter light up would be really special.
And our current 5-year-old foster kiddo, you basically get her hair prepped every time before a visit so mom can do her hair if she so chooses.
I try to. Yeah. I try to. And if not, we have a braider.
Yeah.
But
and to Whit's point, we've done a lot of babies. Babies change really quick. And if bio parents are only getting to see kid 2, 4, 6 hours a week, they're missing a lot. Sharing with them what you've observed and what the kid's doing and what's
milestones.
Fun. Yeah. The same foster kiddo Whitney was talking about, Bubbles. She does this thing now where I'll say head and she'll grab her head and then she leans in and gives you a hug. And she just does it over and over and over again. And it's super endearing. Imagine a bio parent getting to do that with that kiddo who she feels she might not be connected with, she's struggling with, she's failing. Just to share that so she can experience that too could really do her some good.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming alongside of them and including them and letting them join you on the walk instead of them feeling like they're the outsider that only gets to see their child a couple hours a week. Printing out photos is a great thing to do. I mean, we all have pictures on social or on our phones, right? We all have digital copies. But actually taking a couple extra minutes to print out photos to send, or sending artwork, or like Jason said, sending, milestones, or if they were at the doctor or their recent height and weight, that stuff means something and it's special. And it shows that you were thinking about them too and that they matter.
Candidly, a lot of these bio parents have never been loved well at all. You could be very well the very first person who is showing them any ounce of unconditional love their entire life. Give them hope, give them love.
Yeah, I've heard stories where foster parents have invited biological parents to church with them, and those bio parents have come to know Christ and have gotten baptized, and it's just incredible. I mean, the opportunity is limitless, but we have to be open to loving those people first.
Yeah, they've probably made mistakes. They've messed up. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this. So have you. Give them grace. Love them unconditionally.
Yeah.
All right. 7th one and our last one for this episode. Love their child well. Probably goes without saying, but love their kid. You are standing in the gap on behalf of the family, on the kid. The least thing you could do, the most important thing you can do, is love their kid unconditionally. Those kids coming to you, you don't know everything they've been through. It's probably going to come out in droplets along the way as they share stories and concerns and weird behaviors, and who else knows. Just love them. Sit on the couch, snuggle them, give them hugs, give them food, whatever it is. Each child's unique. Just love them to death. Just love them and wrap them in hugs and do all the things.
This brings me back to Matthew 25. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. Thanks so much for listening. We are grateful for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, would you please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast? And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, a quick rating or review goes a long way in helping others find the show. And hey, if someone came to mind while you were listening, would you please share this episode with them? Thanks again, and remember, dream small.